TextNow and TextFree are two of the most popular messaging and calling apps available, but they aren't the same, and depending on how you use them, they might not be free. First off, both are basically VoIP or voice over IP services. That means once you download the app, set up your account, and pick your phone number, you can make phone calls, plus send text, picture, and video messages, as long as you have internet access. So you're good to go. If you're on Wi-Fi or you have a data plan for your phone, TextNow stands out from TextFree since you can actually use the service without an internet connection, but we'll come back to that in a minute. First off, do both services work as advertised? Basically, yeah, they do. Voice calls, text, picture messaging, group messaging, they all work at least okay for iPhones and Androids. A few things to be aware of though. Call quality does vary a lot depending on your internet connection, and it can be pretty terrible. You have to use the app for calling and texting, not your pre-installed dialer or messaging app. You have to use your phone number regularly or else it could be removed and you would have to choose a new number. Lastly, there are a lot of ads in these apps. What are some uses for these services? Well, according to one TextFree review, if you can't afford your cell bill for the month, it allows you to still communicate with your friends and family when needed. All true. If your boyfriend turns phone off because of jealousy problems, and it just helps if you need to text in disguise. Yep, that's also technically true. So you could use one of these apps for your main phone plan if you're always around Wi-Fi, but these are better used for a backup phone number for services that require a number to sign up or a second line for your side business. What are the differences? The first and most important difference between TextNow and TextFree is that you can get a nationwide talk and text SIM card to use with TextNow that provides free voice and messaging services over the T-Mobile network, which means you could really use it as a free phone plan, even though you wouldn't have any data. TextFree doesn't offer anything like that. You must have an internet connection to use that service. For a deeper explanation of TextNow and their free SIM plan, you can check out my full review linked in the video description. So are they both truly free? Yes, up to a point. With TextFree, you do have free messaging, but only a small amount of free minutes for outbound voice calls, which means you just need to force everyone to always call you. Then you don't use any minutes. If that seems unreasonable, there are 3 ways to get more minutes. You either have to watch ads, use this Tapjoy service to earn points by making other purchases, playing games, or installing apps, or you can simply buy more minutes. TextNow is clearly better in that voice and messaging are actually free, and I prefer their more full-featured app. 2 more things to mention. Both support international calling and messaging of some form, with TextNow supporting more countries than TextFree, but you have to pay for international calling credits on TextNow. Both allow you to use the app from a computer, but TextNow's website allows calling and messaging, where TextFree is limited to messaging only. Before we get into the negatives, please give this video a like if you found it helpful, and also subscribe. It's totally free. What both services do, which is pretty frustrating, is charge you for other features that they claim solve some downsides of their apps. So you can pay to remove or limit the amount of ads you see, lock in your number so it doesn't get removed if you don't use it often, and receive verification codes for 2-factor authentication. That's right, verification codes for online banking and many other services might not work for free, and also might not even work if you pay for a subscription, according to support pages from both apps. Oh, and both have a subscription plan that locks in your number, removes ads, and a few other things, all for the ridiculously high price of $9.99 a month. Please don't pay for that. Just get a cheaper actual phone plan from an MVNO like Tello or Red Pocket that don't have the downsides either of these apps have. You can also pay for a data plan from TextNow if you get their SIM card, but please don't. Once again, there are cheaper options from carriers like Mint Mobile, US Mobile, and more. Should you really use TextFree or TextNow? Yes, they back up their claims pretty honestly and provide free texting and mostly free calling. At this point, I would say TextNow is the better service since they offer the free nationwide talk and text SIM card and give you unlimited minutes. Click right up here for my most recent full TextNow review. Leave a comment below with any questions you might have or any tips on how to properly season this cast iron skillet.